So, as I said, I'd do a video on the books that I read in 2025 and the books I would recommend a beginner for 2026 are here. So, these are the books we have bought. This is one that we have continued from 2025, and these are the two that we have bought for 2026. And these are the books we read in 2025. So, I'll give a review for every single book so that you get a upfront review and you can use my review as your recommendation or suggestion so that you can read it or do what you want. So yeah, the first ever book that I read this year was Psychology of Money. This is a very good book, but I would recommend this book you read this book after you have made a little bit of money, because this book explains how you spend or how you compound money rather than making money or understanding your businesses. So I think that this is a very good book, but not for people who are beginners or like the social media has hyped this book up. Yes, it is a very good book, but for the ones who are like in their 30s 40s who have made a bit of money and now they want to either compound it or like they want to either save it and then invest it, etc., etc., etc. So a very good book, but I won't recommend this to a beginner as it has a lot of technical terms. It took me around what, a month to read only this book, because it goes very much into the technicalities and etc. So yeah, the next book is the toughest book I've ever read. I have not read this book, I won't lie. I read 5 to 10 pages and then stopped. But a very good book and very technical book, and that is Smart Money by Brunello Rosa and Casey Laren. So yeah, a very technical book. It has a lot of events from the past, like the World War II or the uh, elections and everything. Tells us a lot about the geo what global wealth and things. But I think that is not this book is not worth for me now. Yes, in future, absolutely, I'll give it a try when I get a bit more insights or more knowledge about how the world works with money. But now, I don't think this would be my recommendation for anyone who's just starting. So, yeah, a very technical book. I have not read this, so I cannot give a review, but in future, I definitely read this book. The next is First Break All the Rules, and a very good book by Marcus Buckingham. And this book taught me about how to hire, how to maintain a good team, how to actually keep good talent in your team and not let them slip out to any other agency or any competitor or anything that is out of your business. So, yeah, a very good book, and I'd recommend this book because I bought it for what, 70ish rupees, because this was a second hand book, and I recommend you to buy also second hand books because first they are cheap, next is you can buy them in bulk. So yeah, so a very good book, and I'd show you the picture. So yeah, First Break All the Rules, a very good book, and yeah, that is what it is I want to say. And it tells you how to treat different types of team members or colleagues differently, how to treat your employees differently according to their personality patterns, according to their uh, nature, and how do they work, their work ethic and everything. So a very good book, and absolutely I'll recommend this book if anyone is starting. This also has some technicalities. You have to put down the book and do chat gpt or google some terms, but after that, once you get this book, a very good book. So yeah, next is The Secret. If you don't know how your mind works, this is a good book, but for me it was just waste of some time because I'm not a genius. But this book has everything that is been taught to taught to me from my childhood, that is negative thinking is bad, or one negative thought can overlay hundred or thousands of positive thoughts. So yeah, a very good book for the ones who don't know what is manifestation or anything like that, so terms like that. So a very good book. And yeah, my brother distracted me, but yeah, I was on The Secret. A very good book, but I think it repeats one single case study many times with a lot of scientists name. So I don't think this book was a good read for me, but absolutely it has some things that, like, I have highlighted them. The law of attraction is giving you what you think about, or thinking you what you want about. So yeah, a very good book from my side. This is a recommendation, absolutely, but it repeats a lot of things. So in my case, I don't complete a book if it repeats a lot of things, because I think that is a waste of time, and I can invest that time in some other books. So yeah, it repeats a lot of things, but a very good book. Then comes this, You Can Win, also a very good book. Like, it teaches you how you can be a better salesman, or how you can present yourself in front of the world more confident, more what I'd say, appealing, and a person who is heard, and who doesn't want a lot of attention, but he holds a lot of value inside him. So a very good book by Shiv Khera, and this is by Rhonda Byrne. So yeah, a very good book by Shiv Khera. I also have skipped 2 to 5 chapters in this book, because the same point that I think that are repetitive. You can't read this book. This is also a recommendation. And yeah, the next book is that How to Win Friends and Influence People. And this is the next toughest book I have read this year, because it has a lot of technicalities, a lot of history references, like speeches of George Washington, or speeches of great personalities who knew how they can identify people's intentions, uh, their what I'd say, core mentality, and their personalities. So a very good book, but very technical from my side, because I think I am not that smart. I take time to, like, get into a book. I take time to identify uh, things. I take time to learn things. So it took me a lot of time to read this book, but from my side, this is definitely a recommendation. One book is missing from this stack, and the book is maybe How to. I don't know the book. I have gifted it to Aditya, not gift. Yes, it is a gifted to Aditya. He's reading it, and once I get my hands on it, I'll read it too. So yeah, How to Win Friends and Influence People, a lot more technical. Like, the name seems easy, but it is a lot more technical. So from my side, if you are a beginner, this won't be a recommendation. You can go for any other book that teaches you to deal with people, but from my side, this won't be a recommendation for you who is starting. Like, yeah. So Getting a Yes, this is a book that I have not yet read. This is, like, I bought it in what, December, end of December. And yeah, a very special book. I have not yet read. So this is a book for 2026 also. Next comes a autobiography of Sir APJ Abdul Kalam, and The Wings of Fire. I personally don't like autobiographies, because it seems like a story you have been uh, telling for ages. Because my dad always used to tell me the story of great personalities. So, some events in this book, I knew them, so it becomes a bit boring. But this book I would recommend, because the things uh, Sir APJ Abdul Kalam went through, and it teaches a lot of moral values, how to not put your religion in between your work, how to be like mad towards your work, how to work recklessly, how to give it all in. This book teaches a lot. So I'd recommend this book. I don't personally read autobiographies. I have two to three autobiographies that are just kept in a stack in a corner of my house. But yeah, this book is, I will say, a recommend book, a suggestion book, because a very good book, a very short read book. What it is around, what around yeah, 200 250 pages, a very good book, and obviously a recommend from my side. This is not a book that I have bought. It is a book of my one of my dearest friends, Tejas. He said that he read this book and he wants me to read this book, so I just gave it a try, and a wonderful book. And autobiographies seriously don't work for me, but this one is something different. So yeah, next book is another tough and technical book, and that is The Language of Design. And this book I read around what? Yeah, I have folded the pages. Yes, this much. This much. I'm still reading this book, but the pattern in reading this book is that you have to read a chapter, then look around yourself examples of it. Like, there is an example of MacBook and other laptops. Like, MacBook was designed to feel premium, and other laptops are designed to feel efficient. So people buy MacBook because it is a status symbol, and people buy other laptops because it is a efficiency symbol. So yeah, this is a very good book, another tough book, technical. And the thing is, you have to read a chapter, then look around yourself, look for examples, look for things that relate to that chapter, and then come back, read it again, and then move forward. So, yeah, it takes a lot of time to read this book, and a very beautiful book. If you are into designing, if you are into creative stuff, it is a very good book. If you are into recognizing patterns in your life, your business, your designs, your ads, your anything, or anything you have to recognize patterns in, a very good book and 100% a recommendation, but not for a beginner, because it also has a technical terms, it also has a lot of researches, it also has a lot of things that you have to keep the book aside, take your laptop, take your device, search, then read that thing, then come back, understand that paragraph or that line, and then move forward. Or if you are blindly moving, like reading this book like a novel, you are not going to understand shit. And this has been there, done that. So yeah, the next is, again, I'd keep this aside because this is my mom's copy. My mom also read this book. And the next is uh, a very good book. My brother is behind the camera. A very good book, that is Ikigai, gifted to me by my uncle. And a very good book, teaches you about teaches you about teaches you about your life purpose, your flow state, and how do you do things. Then teaches you about how to maintain a healthy lifestyle while like building something. Then how to live longer, like it has a term called longevity. So how to live longer, how to do things that you like, you want, what is actual success, and your body movements that keep you live longer or make you live longer. And yeah, a very good book. I'll recommend this book to every youngster or every single person who's starting to read. And yeah, so this book has some things that I told my grandparents to implement too. And yeah, teaches you about the flow state. And this is the major thing I like about this book. I'll show you the book, and it has this pattern behind, which is explained in the book too. So that is what you love, what world needs, what can you be paid for, and what are you good at. So when all these things align, it becomes your ikigai. Ikigai is, if it is translated in English, it means your goal or something like your life purpose. So your passion, mission, vocation, and profession, when they align, it becomes your ikigai. So yeah, a very good book. Also teaches how you can implement little body movements or little things that can add up to your longevity, your happiness, and a prosperous life. So yeah, 100% recommendation book. If you are even starting, go for this book. 100% recommendation. And the next is another one from Shiv Kera, that is You Can Sell. I will prefer not to read this book for sales, as it has a lot of motivation kind of stuff but not practical things that you can implement and go forward for sales. So not a book from my side, but a very good book. It tells you a lot of motivation about like sales, how to overcome no's, how to overcome rejections, how do you deal with good customers, how do you deal with bad customers, and a lot of stuff. But from my side, I won't recommend this book cause it is a lot of motivation kind of side rather than focusing on what is practical. So yeah, not a recommendation. So let's keep this stack aside, this one too, and let's come to the stack of 2026. So the first book, that as I told, Getting to a Yes. I have not read this book, so no like suggestions or recommendations. But the book that I love the most, and I'd recommend this to every single person, and it taught me a lot. Every single thing that I know, ROI, or how to deal with customers, how to deal with clients, how to get leads, how to optimize your business, how to make your team feel that they are building stuff and they are not doing any kind of what time waste. This is the book, that is How to Become a Marketing Superstar. I'll hands down tell you a best book for everyone, for anyone, everyone who's trying to learn sales, marketing, or how to run a venture. And that is How to Become a Marketing Superstar by Jeffrey J. Fox. Unexpected Rules That Ring the Cash Register. A very good book, 100% recommendation. If you are not reading any of these books, please read this book, and it is a hands down recommendation. A very good book, a very good book. I myself like this book, and I am reading this book, and I read a chapter, implement it, and then come back to it, read it again, and then move forward. And this is the best book I have ever read about Ikigai also. And the next two books that I have bought for 2026 are, one is on a philosophical side and one is on an optimizing side, that how I should optimize my life to get better at everything. And that is 101 essays that will change the way you think. This book is on a philosophical side. I have just read one chapter, and the amount of references from history, the amount of quotes, the amount of knowledge this book has, insane, insane. I love this book, so I'm going to read this book and I'm going to take my time, because I don't think finishing a book in a week will make you learn anything. It will just make you see words and then shit them out of your brain. So yeah, a very good book for 2026. And I'll plan to finish this in January, cause what, 10 days are left for January, uh, ending January. So yeah, and the next book is on a more optimizing side, that how should I optimize myself and grow my business with it, and that is Master Your Emotions. A very good book. I read this book when I was buying it, because it was like it is not a second hand book, it is a new copy, but it was like open, so I just read it. And it teaches us a lot about things like how music affects your brain, or how your daily habits add up or leverage you to become a better what I'd say leader or anything you want to become. So yeah, that was it for the video. I know the video was a bit fast, but I think that these are a lot of books. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll give my reviews on some of the books like Getting to a Yes, then these three books. I'd remove this. When I complete in future, I'll tell my review on this. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for watching and meet you in the next one.